All right, the intro graphic to this video says review, whole and half steps review. Some of it is review because in the previous unit we talked about half steps. So you know that half steps, of course, is the distance between any note and the key, any key and the key right beside it. So C to C sharp to D, G to G flat, for example. E to F are all half steps. B's to C's are all half steps, etc. You know that from the previous lesson in the previous unit. If you need a refresher course on that, feel free to go back and watch the video in the previous unit on half steps. So this page we did already, okay, and we hopefully took it up in the previous unit, but if you needed a little refresher, feel free to ask or re-watch the video. That's page 14. Now, whole steps. This is the new stuff for this lesson. Whole steps simply are, if you had a half step, a whole step is twice the distance. All right, so we have the official definition here. A whole step is made up of two half steps, or stepping from one note to another with a note in between. All right, the example they give here is the note C up to D. We skip the black key and go right to the next white key. All right, another example would be D to E. Okay, just for the sake of working with these keyboards, I'm just going to quickly write in the notes, okay, because again, some of us need a refresher on that, which is fine. G, B, A, G, F, etc. Okay, F. If I could spell properly, that would help. All right, and a few more drills. Whole steps. G to A would be a whole step because there's a black key in between. What about E to F? Is that a whole step? Well, no, E to F is not a whole step because we've only gone to the very next key. A whole step above E would be F sharp. All right. Remember, a whole step is made up of two half steps. All right. Or stepping from one note to another with a note in between. So from E up a whole step, go past F, go up to the F sharp. So E to F sharp would be a whole step. What about a whole step below C? C down to B, well, that's not a whole step, that's only a half step. So we have to go down two half steps, from C down to B flat. So down a whole step from C would get us on this black key B flat, or A sharp, whatever you want to call it for now, would be fine. All right, so whole steps are sometimes called tones. If you've ever heard the term tones, that's a whole step. And if you've heard the term semitones, that, of course, is a half step. Really interchangeable language, okay? All right, so the rest of this worksheet is for you to do. Circle the whole steps. Well, is that a whole step? Is that a whole step? Is that a whole step? They all kind of look the same. Remember, a 5-line staff does not tell you whether or not from this line to this space is a whole step or a half step. What you need to do is translate this information onto the keyboard, and that's your cheat sheet. That's your cheat sheet. That's how you will know whether or not you have a half step or not. Okay, so finish that worksheet, and the very next one as well. We're on the next page of your workbook, whole steps and half steps. This page is really just review from the previous two pages, so you can know. You can really have more practice using your whole steps and half steps. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, when you're working through all of this stuff, have a piano keyboard handy. Have a labeled piano keyboard handy so that you can really work through this stuff. And the keyboard does act as your cheat sheet for knowing where your half steps and where your whole steps are. Okay? So finish up those two pages in your workbook, and we'll take it up in class. Take care. Have a good day, guys.